A lot of what we work on here and the way Galois is successful is because we trust each other as not just coworkers, but as a community. So if you want to be involved and you pay attention, you know what's coming down the pipeline, what are the business decisions that are being made, what are the proposals that we're working on. You also know what is everybody else working on and what contributions are they making. So it's really easy for me to go find out who's working on what and what decisions are they making and what's the timeline for those decisions, and just being aware of everything that's going on as a company. There's no, if I wanted to go talk to Dan, our CFO, and say, give me a breakdown of how our finances are working this year, Dan would be more than happy to do that, and I would probably be really bored out of my mind after about the first 15 minutes, but he'd be happy to sit down and run through the books with me.
So the transparency plays out in some areas like the way we do our compensation relies on having a common understanding of what the standards we all hold to, and also seeing how everyone is measured to those standards. So when we want to know, am I being paid fairly, for example, I can always go and I can check who else is being paid like I'm being paid, and what are the standards at which that decision was made. All of these discussions are kind of had in the open. This also plays out in terms of company level decisions, in terms of which projects we're going to go after or what sort of strategic things we're going to do.
In any sort of relationship, trust is important, right? So even if Galois was very traditionally structured in kind of like a tree-like hierarchy, right, where you have an explicit boss and they have their boss, et cetera, you would still want to trust your manager. You would still want to trust your coworkers. What makes trust such a fundamental part of Galois is that without that structure and without that hierarchy, it's more important that you trust that people are kind of acting in good faith, that they're doing the things that they said they would do.